Morning, everyone, and welcome to Knitique in Elk Grove, California, and KnitiqueYarns.com, coming to you live on terrific Thursday. I don't know, I feel like that goes better with Tuesday, but it's the quickest thing I could think of that was a remotely alliteration, so it's like, yeah, we're going with that. Good enough.
That works.
Hopefully y'all's internet is better than mine, because the computer shows me it's very grainy, and I know I turned my Wi-Fi off. That was like the last thing I did. Unless it's doing one of those things where it turns itself back on again. My phone did that one day. It just would not turn anything off.
Karen, let us know if it's clear for you or anybody else who's watching.
Yeah, like, it's funny how, like, I don't know how it picks who it shows is watching. It's weird because it doesn't show me the same people every day, and then I'll say, oh, are you there or whatever, and they're like, yes, I am. I'm like, how come it didn't tell me you were there?
Deb says it's a little grainy.
A little grainy? Well, that's better than my end because I'm very grainy. Like,
it's weird.
Look like old school monitor level quality.
Karen says a little choppy, but not bad. Hopefully it clears up.
Well,
sometimes it starts that way, but
That's what I get for joking about the internet being down.
Sorry, folks.
Got myself into trouble. Okay, well, we're going to talk about our grand prize, which is for the month of July. We have 3 patterns. The SIlverpoint cowl with this beautiful elongated stitch that is a cable. The world's easiest cable, because when it's super elongated, you can drop that stitch and it's not going anywhere. So you can easily do that kind of cable without a cable needle. Then we have our Fishnets cowl. That's the beautiful mesh lace yarn over knit 2 together pattern. And then we have the Sportay cowl, which is the Fibonacci stripe sequence. So as you go through the pattern, like you can see up at the top here, the stripes of yellow are wider, but at the bottom, the stripes of blue are wider, and it's all just changing how many rows of each color you do. Nothing too crazy. Oh, Carolyn, we got your message. Thank you for keeping us updated. We always appreciate that. So we have the 3 patterns that happen to pair beautifully with the 4 skeins of Linen Whisper that are included in the prize. We have 2 skeins of moss and 2 skeins of fawn. So you have enough that you could make the Silverpoint and the Fishnets cowl, or you could make the Sportay cowl with both in this nice neutral goes with everything pellet. Then we have my favorite accessory item in the store, the wool dryer balls. There are 4 of them in here. They are 100% wool because that's what makes them work. They cut down on the static in your laundry. You'll never buy a dryer sheet again, and they actually make your laundry dry faster.
And you can juggle with them too.
Well, you might be able to.
Oh, no,
I can drop them all on the floor if I attempt that.
I can't juggle.
I mean, these would be a good thing to attempt to learn to juggle with because they're soft, but I cannot juggle. So, no, I cannot. That was weird.
Someone could.
Then we have 144 locking stitch markers so that there's enough to break a few, lose a few, wonder why the box is empty when you swear you just bought it last week, etc. And then the fun and adorable Less People, More Dogs socks. And it will all be tucked inside of this fabulous canvas tote bag that was donated to us by Dream in Color. They even put our name on the back.
Nice.
So you'll always know where your prize came from.
Just a lot of goodies. Oh yes, Kathy doesn't lose them, but the couch eats them. Definitely.
Yeah, see, we're not losing them.
No.
The house is eating them. Yeah. You know how socks come back as Tupperware lids? What do stitch markers come back as?
I don't know, but something's eating my Tupperware lids, and I'm not wearing socks right now, so I don't know.
Because they certainly don't come back as tapestry needles, unfortunately.
No. Those come back as dust bunnies.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That explains why I can never get rid of the dust bunnies.
Yeah.
Okay, so how you get entered into the grand prize drawing is for the month of July, every time you make a purchase, you get 1 entry. It is cumulative, so if you've purchased 3 times, you get 3 entries. If you purchase 10 times, you get 10 entries. And it includes purchases made here in person. It includes purchases made online at knitiqueyarns.com and purchases made over the phone with us. My brain doesn't feel functioning enough to try to remember the phone number right now.
916-714-7719.
Ooh! I was going to accidentally spout off Danielle's cell phone.
Oh, no, don't do that.
I'm like, no, that's the wrong, nope, we're just not even going to try. Because we're going to give out something weird. Okay, for the daily prize, we have I'm going to call it a mini Runny Babbitt kit, because you have enough to make the baby size. And even if you don't know any babies right now, I'm telling you, if you make a baby hat, somebody will miraculously post on Facebook, I'm having a baby, it's a girl. And it's like, okay, well, now I know who I'm giving the hat to, because it's this beautiful rosy pink color of 100% Angora. This pattern, you actually double strand the yarn, so you're knitting at a bulky gauge, so it goes super duper fast. And we do have these kits in the boutique. We also have the Whispery hat kits, which are another luscious Angora hat kit. But how you get entered into the daily drawing is by what so many of you are already doing, which is to interact with the video. So if you react with any of these little clicks down here, then you get 1 entry per reaction. If you comment, you can use the shortcuts. You can type your own, but you get 5 entries per comment. And then if you share the video to your friends, to your stories, wherever you share, just come back to that day's video and comment shared to and where, and you're going to get 11 entries per share. So today's entries are going into tomorrow's drawing, so your activity from yesterday's video goes into today's drawing. So let's see who our lucky winner is.
Sandy Tokunaga, congratulations.
That picked really fast this morning.
We know you are local, so next time you come in, let us know you have a prize, and we will get it out of the cabinet for you. And if you can't make it in and you win, and next time you make a purchase, let us know in the notes you have a prize, and we will get it out of the cabinet and put it in our pretty pink package. I think my brain is tired. Pretty beaded pouches if anybody needs an awesome little bag or a gift to hold your cell phone and a few other things. Nice and lightweight.
Okay, I am almost ready.
Anybody else a normal cat person?
Yes.
I'm a normal dog person.
I'm like, I resemble that remark.
I thought you might.
I have a t-shirt that says that too, actually.
Alright, she's getting a few links ready for us.
Alright, I'm going to start with the small fun item because we just got these checked in and ready to go yesterday.
I love these.
Right? Like, they're so cute. So, we have more colors of this one. I'm going to start with this one because some of you saw the alpacas before, but now we have more colors of the alpacas. These are the stitch stoppers for the ends of your needles so that your stitches don't go jumping off in your bag. So in the alpacas, did we call this blue? Yeah. We have the blue.
I labeled them small because I believe they are smaller than the first batch we got.
Yeah, it's funny. They're smaller, but the holes are not smaller. Like,
can't reach them.
Yeah, that's fine. But the holes will still easily fit up to, what is it, like a size 13 needle?
I think so, yeah.
They're made out of silicone, so they're super stretchy, so they can easily fit big needles, and that actually gives it really good grip so that they don't go sliding off easily either. And the hole goes all the way through, so you can jam them in there nice and good. This is the green. It's kind of a minty green. I love they've got like little swirlies.
Yeah. Did I call that teal?
You did.
Yeah.
Then we have, this is cream. I want to call them like cafe au lait because they just look like, would you like some coffee with your creamer?
That's the right color for coffee.
Oh. How do you get any caffeine out of your coffee? There's like nothing in there.
It's just the ritual of the hot drink in the morning. That's your coffee, right?
Yeah, this is more like, this isn't even as dark as my coffee because I don't put milk or creamer in my coffee anymore. I only do when I go to Starbucks because their coffee is so strong.
Every so often I try that and I'm like, nope, can't do it yet.
Yeah, it takes a minute, but you can learn. You can learn to like it.
I'm trying, but I haven't got there yet.
I did it when I learned to do it when I did a thing where it was like I'm not allowed to buy any groceries until I run out of everything. So I went a whole month and still had groceries left in my house. That's how much I clearly overbuy stuff and let stuff go bad. So you guys should try that too. It's pretty amazing how long your food actually lasts that you think you're out of groceries. And then the adorable bubblegum pink. I love that they all have little rosy cheeks too.
There it is.
They got little rosy cheeks. So these are the alpaca stitch stoppers in 5 different colors. Then we have the adorable elephants.
Those are so cute.
And there are so many styles of these that what we're going to do is like only order each style once so that you can collect them all because they're not expensive. So if there's this shape and style that you love, make sure you grab it up because we probably will not be ordering them again because there's too many and we want to get them all for you, but we cannot have them all at once. We would be a stitch stopper store.
That'd be like a sock store. Can you imagine? How fun would that be? No, we're not doing
sock
it.
Sock stores are fun, so yes, I can imagine. Don't give me ideas.
I know.
Then we have the cute little puppy dogs with little bow ties.
Yep, there you go.
Can you see their little bow ties?
Sure enough. That's funny. I didn't notice that when I was checking them in.
They got little pink paws. We got the adorable little puppy dogs. And then last but definitely not least, because I do believe we have quite a few fans of a certain company with little round ears. I thought they were strawberries at first
that's funny.
When you pull them out. I'm like, oh, wait, they have a bow. Those aren't strawberries. Those are a certain mouse.
Mouse ears.
They're a certain mouse with a big red bow and polka dots on their skirts.
That one's actually a certain dog.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh. See, it looked like a dog from 101 Dalmatians, but dipped in brown paint.
It's the other one. Where the two
with
dogs
the orange
eat spaghetti.
cat?
No.
Oh, yeah, that is with the orange cat. Oliver and Company.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. I just know the two dogs eat spaghetti, so.
Yeah, the movie's actually not about the dogs eating spaghetti, but okay.
I told you, I was a dog person.
So, those are all of the new styles of the stitch stoppers.
Sure I can get them in one shot.
The mouse ears, the alpacas, the elephants, and the puppy dogs.
So remember, these come in small and large, so I can't reach the large. They're a little bit bigger.
But overall, they fit the same needle range. It's just like how big this way the alpaca is. So it's just get whichever color makes you happy and go with that one first.
Actually, just get one of each, and then you don't have to worry about it.
That too.
Because we are collecting.
And because where do they go? Where does everything go in our bags?
I don't know, but at least these do not fall off.
Because I have alpacas somewhere. Somewhere.
You rolled my eyes.
She did, loudly.
I did. I'm giving me a headache there for a second.
Hear that. Okay, so that is my quick fun item. I should have not swiped them away before I went to link my next thing.
Trying to show them and not the yarn yet. Here we go.
I'm almost there. But we all know that a video would not be complete without talking about yarn. So, yarn.
That is a great gift. Who said that? Nancy. That'd be a great gift. That and a little single-sized pack of soap.
Ooh, yes.
Or something.
There's some stitch markers. A light-up pen.
Great little Secret Santa stuff. Never too early to start thinking about that.
Okay, so we have one of... This yarn is so new, they still haven't put it on Ravelry. I looked for it this morning. It's still not there. This is...
It takes a while to do that.
Concept by Katia, Camboya, which is a beautiful 100% cotton in these kind of marled colorways. It's almost like it's a chainette around a solid center ply. I don't know how they do that. I really want to see how this stuff is made.
That would be such a good thing to see.
But these are a 50-gram skein of a worsted weight cotton, 93 yards per skein. This first springy green color is color 70. It's like aqua, and this lightest, it might be hard to see on camera, but there's like a light green, like a light, super light lime, and then the white with that like charcoal gray mixed in there too.
Sorry, it's grainy, folks.
Oh, Karen said she just made a little scarf with this yarn. It's so soft and easy to work with. And there are projects that can be like one skein wonders out of this, or even just 2 skeins. So I have a whole variety of patterns for you guys this morning that would take varying amounts of this yarn. But before I go linking, well, I'm linking them, but before I go talking about a bunch of them, if you watched our little Instagram preview for this yarn this morning, we mentioned that you can get a copy of our ribbon candy cowl pattern for free with this yarn. You can do, it'll be the 1 skein size, which is the ribbon candy light, which is, we originally used 108 yards, but so you stop a ½ inch sooner and use 93 yards. Like you could easily do a 1 skein wonder version of this pattern. So if you're getting any Camboya today, whether it's 1 skein or 7 skeins, we'll throw the ribbon candy light pattern in there also. So bonus yarn and a free pattern. I'm going to show another color before I go Ravelry crazy too. This is color 71, which is a beautiful like navy cornflower, and then the white and gray. So they kind of all have some neutral in them, but then lots of good colors also. All right, so, okay, this one only takes 2 skeins, but you could easily make it bigger if you wanted, because it is one of those where you're going to increase to the halfway point and then decrease back down. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Chagwale? Chagwale shawl? Mm-hmm. Sure. Close enough, right? But it's this beautiful little kerchief with ribs and then this little rickrack lace detail. You can see it's really meant to be just like a little kerchief. And they used 140 yards, so 2 skeins of this is a little bit more than they used. So even with 2 skeins, you can make it a tiny bit bigger. You just have to start decreasing before you start your second ball, just in case your gauge is off.
I wish science could explain that to us. It makes no sense that you have to stop early. You should be able to go halfway and then switch, but it doesn't work that way.
There's always slight variation in yardage within like 1 or 2 yards. And then also you may knit looser on the downhill half or tighter because you're excited and you're like, oh, it's going faster. And you start knitting different, and then, oops, now you don't. Or you accidentally, you know, if you were supposed to decrease every 2 rows and you accidentally did every 4 rows for a couple times, then that side is actually a tiny bit bigger than the other. So it's not science, it's human error.
Okay, that works.
That's why. It's because humans are not perfect. That is why we must start decreasing early. Then this Granger bandana cowl by Ginny Noto. Really cute stitch pattern on this one.
It's pretty.
For some of our regulars, you guys know that Ginny Noto does her patterns in a variety of gauges, so I believe that this one is actually the worsted weight one. But you can see it's just kind of this really pretty all-over texture because she used a variegated, so it's not going to matter whether or not you use a solid or this kind of marled colorway, and you're only going to need 2 balls. I tried to find a variety of some stuff that wouldn't take very much yarn to some stuff that would take a lot. This is the half and half infinity scarf. This is actually crochet.
Whoa.
It looks woven. So that's a really cool stitch. And you just basically do half in one color, half in the other color. They used 400 yards, so that would be 2 and 2, but you can tell hers is pretty long. You could easily do a 1-in-1 version if you wanted just half the number of stitches that she did. As you can tell, that's like infinity length. The In a Mellow Mood, for those who like a little bit of a lacy, that'll also make your yarn kind of go a little bit farther, but this cute little like double decrease stitch pattern with the bordering yarn overs, so you get this gorgeous overall mesh lace. That one would take three to 4 skeins. All right, one more, and then I'll show you guys a couple more colors. This sweater is so cute. It has that Passover stitch that you like.
Yeah.
I don't know why it shows zoomed over here, but then it's not over there. There we go. You can see that beautiful Passover stitch. It's got a garter stitch front band with an I-cord edging. Okay, nobody will let me zoom on their pictures. Oh, the blue one? Nope. No zoom for me.
I can zoom.
No zoom for me. But this one is kind of a kimono, so it's meant to be a little oversized. Oh, I didn't link this one yet, but I will grab it on my way back. But this is the cutest little washcloth and perfect for if you're like, I only want 1 skein. I just want to do it as a quick gift. And this is how you learn to do short rows, because they're the easiest short rows on the face of the earth. It's garter stitch, and you're just doing these cute little wedges until it's a circle.
I've made so many of those. It's been a long time, but they're awesome.
This is the almost lost washcloth, because this is a pattern that's been around before the internet. For those of you who don't believe that really was a thing. There really didn't used to be internet. But very easy, and you can do it in 1 skein, no problem. I'll link that one on my way back to the video because I got ahead of myself. Yeah, unfortunately I can't do much about the pixelation today, you guys, because the Wi-Fi is turned off on my phone and it's still doing it, so hopefully most of the time it is clear. I got no fixes for that. Then we have this beautiful, this is like the rainbow sherbet ice cream, the pink and the orange section.
This is so pretty.
This is color 76. You've got like a raspberry, a blush, and then like a melon orange on that cream background. Very like happy sunset vibes.
Super pretty.
Then we have kind of like autumny vibes with this one, color 74. It's kind of a pumpkin orange, an olive and a sage green, and then the creamy white. All right. Forgot about those.
I think I need this one.
I love how I find patterns in the morning, and then as I go through them to relink them for you guys, I'm like, ooh, I forgot about that one.
No.
Ooh, I forgot about that one. Like, re-excite myself over the same patterns I just looked at an hour ago.
that means it's a good pattern, or at least a pretty pattern. We don't know if it's good
right?
yet.
Okay, so if you have tiny people to knit for, and I mean from a range of 3 months to 8 years, tiny people, we have Hyphen by Lisa Kimmery. Look how cute it is.
That is cute.
It's this little, let me go back to the close-up. It's just this little slip stitch with yarn and front detail for the texture. So nothing crazy hard. You're going to have some increases in between the textured sections. And then it's knit, 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 or purl until it's the length you need, and voila. I love that picture.
That is cute.
Makes her look very sassy. But definitely it's a simple enough pattern that you can do it in solid, you can do it in variegated, because it's not something that like the pattern really, really has to show. It's just a little bit of texture. Like, oh, where is it? This one is a really good example that it's still cute, even though the texture is a little more subtle.
Look at that. It looks like a elbow patch.
Yeah. Now this yarn will not pool like this because it's not a variegated. It's a marled colorway, but that just shows you that even if the texture doesn't show as much, it's still adorable. And 3 to 8 skeins, depending on if you're doing a 3-month all the way up to an 8-year-old size. All right, then we have a couple fun market bags. This is Bag Your It.
Nice.
Which is just mesh lace and then stockinette at the top. They even kept it stockinette on the handles because in this case I kind of like the rolled because it rolls up into a smaller, easy to hold handle. And you can see how short the handles look when it's not stretched out. And you really want that in market bags because look once you put some weight in there. Like knitting stretches, so you don't want your handles to be so long that your bag is now dragging the ground. So you trust the pattern, do them short.
Yes, definitely.
And this one is only going to take 2 skeins. And the pattern's free.
Nice.
Then if you're a crocheter and want to do a market bag, we have the French market bag, which this style is really cute. It's just crochet chains and then a taller stitch, probably a triple crochet, so that you're getting these big squares. But it spreads out really nicely to hold all of your stuff. Now crochet, the straps are not quite as stretchy as with knitting, but I would still make these straps probably about 2 inches shorter than they made them so that it's not, like you can see, there's lots of room between her arm and that strap, which just makes it hang and swing more. I don't want my bag to swing all crazy. But that's easy. You just chain less. And this one's going to be 6 skeins because it is a bigger market bag. Okay. There are more colors. And I have more patterns because, you know,
There's always more.
Ravelry rabbit hole. All right, these are the neutrals, so if you have people that you need to keep it a little simpler on the color palette, we have color 73, which is the warm neutrals of like a chocolate, a tan, and then it's actually like a khaki. It's got the slightest green leaning to it for that darkest shade in there. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up very well. And then last but not least, we have color 72, which is the cool toned neutral. It is charcoal and pewter and silver with that creamy white background. So these are, again, a worsted weight yarn, 93 yards per skein of 100% cotton. This is the concept by Katia Camboya. Figured I'd reiterate that for anybody just popping on that you're like, wait, what are we talking about? All right, I found a ridiculously cute top this morning that They say it's DK weight, but the gauge says, yeah, we can use worsted. We can ignore you on the yarn weight because it'd be really, really cute. This is Rondure, which has so many cute details. I think this blue one actually shows it really well. It's got this lace detail on the raglan shaping. It's got, you can kind of see these little lines here because it's got bust darts to give it more of a fitted look. Hers is really cute. Yeah, you can really see the shaping on hers. You can see the little lines. And then it's got this curved short row edge. Now, it's funny, even in the description, she talks about, you know, if you don't like the curved hem, don't do it. Like, I love that even the designer owns up to, you may not like all the details of my design. If you don't like them, skip them. And this is a free pattern on Knitique.com. It has, I'm going to click on it so I can tell you all the sizes. It has from a 26 to a 50. And it takes about 5 to 13 skeins. Then we have a Rider, which is a really cute cowl.
I love this pattern.
It's the one that looks like little owl eyes.
Yeah.
Like these little eyeballs right there. But just cute little eyelet pattern. Just a little texture. You can see in her kind of busy color, the pattern still shows, which means in the marled pattern, it'll still show very nicely. And her dog is very tolerant. That is Rider, and it only takes 2 skeins.
Nice.
All right, one more pattern. We have Wheat by Tin Can Knits. This is a really great scarf for when you're knitting for people who don't like super fancy. It's just garter stitch background with this little 1x1 rib section that's like asymmetric, so it's not centered. So it just gives a little detail, making it a really good unisex scarf because it's not too fancy, it's not too plain. And it is one of their free patterns and would only take 4 skeins to make a full-size scarf.
I'm not going to go crazy bored doing garter stitch for the whole thing.
Right, because there's a little break every row, ribbing. And then knit, 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 and then ribbing, and then knit, knit, knit. So it's like you don't get stuck on, oh my gosh, if I knit one more row, I'm going to scream. Because we all know there is a point where if you knit one more row, you're going to scream.
You're gonna.
It needs to be more interesting than that. Now there are people who knit only garter stitch, and I sort of envy you because how?
You just keep knitting.
Like how are you? There's so many options out there. Like how are you satisfied with one? And
I can do it for a project, but it's not every project.
Like I don't understand you, but I appreciate you. Like, whoa, you've got a way calmer mind than I do. I'm just gonna go with that. Like,
that rainbow shawl I did was almost all garter stitch. Probably like 95%.
I'd have never finished it.
Never. That one was fun.
All right, let us talk about some upcoming classes real quick. We'll be adding more, well, they're on the website already, but we'll be adding more out here to talk about soon. But coming up on tomorrow, that's good grammar. We have the Casting on 3 Ways class, where you're going to learn 3 different cast-ons to build your skills so that you have better options for different situations, like the German twisted cast-on. There's a super stretchy cast-on. There's a cable cast-on. Different ones are better for different circumstances, and so we'll also talk about why you would use one over another. Then on Saturday, we have the in-person class of our Knitmas number 3, the Rippling Stitches cowl. And then we'll also have a Zoom class for it on Tuesday, the 18th. This one is just a little bit of feather and fan in a cowboy cowl. So we're going to teach you the increase shaping and the yarn over design for the feather and fan. Nothing too crazy. It takes 200 yards of worsted weight yarn, so you could get it out of 2 skeins of Camboya. And then it would be a little more summer friendly because it's cotton. Then on next Friday, the 21st, we have the It's All in the Lace cowl, this beautiful design that is a section of garter stitch, which is going to be your pre-work, and then you have this beautiful lace design that they kind of look like hearts. Did you notice that before? Like,
yeah. Probably shows better in this one just for the angle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's upside down hearts on this one. Oh no, I see it the other way, right here on the lace.
No, I still see it right there.
Yeah.
The other way, I see like flying geese, you know. Like
yeah, that geese. Too.
But that one will teach you how to do the beautiful lace. And that is out of a DK weight yarn. The purple and green one is out of soft lino. The sage and speckle one is out of Cosette. And then last but not least for today, we have the Stop Short Crochet Cowl starting on Friday, July 29th. It's one session. I don't know why I said that. But this one is faux short rows. It is varying your stitches to create the look of short rows where you've got the thicker and thinner stripes without actually having to turn around and go the other way. This is 3 colors of worsted weight yarn, so you could even use 3 colors of the Camboya for a summer scarf. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I gotta figure out what I want to do with my leftovers of the minis because one must not waste leftovers.
Right? Maybe we should combine them with my little teeny tiny leftovers.
That would give me
that
more
might give
wiggle
you enough
room
to do. Yeah.
I was debating maybe, you know, the little like the keyhole leaf scarves?
Yeah.
And doing like just
Sections.
The garter stitch section in the middle, just doing the stripes of each color till they ran out, because they'll be different sizes since I did a cowboy cowl out of it originally.
That Arwen one that I have, that I did in Blue Heron.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
We'll put together some ideas, because one should not waste cashmere.
Definitely not.
Alright, let me link what we're wearing. I'm actually wearing a crochet cowl. This is Sprinkles, which is perfect for the Camboya. It is worsted weight. It is this really fun, this is the crochet version of seed stitch. It's called granite stitch, but then it's been turned into a chevron, so you get the little movement in your colors. But it's just single crochets and chain spaces. There is nothing crazy hard in this. This is a size that you would get out of 2 skeins of the Camboya. I think on my pattern I put 3 sizes. It's been a minute. I don't remember. I designed this one a while ago. Funny story. I designed this one thinking I would take it to my family reunion to be one of our raffle items, because they always go nuts over the handmade stuff. And it was too beautiful. I couldn't let it go. So I made another one in a different color, and it was too beautiful, and I couldn't let it go. So funny. I think I ended up bringing washcloths, which were also a huge hit. But I was like, I can't. It's my baby. I can't let it go. I have a problem. I'm not good at gifting my knitting and crochet because I get attached to it. So
they're not good at moving out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me take the camera and show you guys what Susan is wearing.
We're going to pretend the fan made me cold. This is Sasha out of Cumulus, which is worsted weight, so you could use Camboya for this as well.
This one would be really fun because you have your short row section up here, and I don't remember which part comes first. I want to say it's the lace.
I think it's the bottom.
But you could do this lace section in one color and then the short row section in another color, so that stage that you're like, if I have to look at this any longer, you could change. And it would be easy to make this smaller too, because
it's cast on.
You just do multiples of 2 for your repeats. So if the repeat's 10 stitches, you have to subtract 20.
Yeah.
Because you want it to be centered. But otherwise, very easy to make smaller. Because that one is a very big scarf with this beautiful, I love the border. I could just knit the border and call that a scarf and be done.
Pretty.
Like, who needs the short row part?
Me too.
I know. You're short row-aholic over there.
That's what makes it fun.
But you could turn it into a scarf instead of a shawl by just doing the lacy bottom part, because that would easily be its own thing.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. That's going to be it. That's all the things. We did it. So we will sign off. We'll pull your orders. We'll open the boutique. Maybe we'll see you later if you're local. And we have machine knitting class at noon today, so we'll get ready for that too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.